Alrighty, so this is our third video lesson. Today we're starting to build our editing toolkit. So we've already been building out our skills as writers. We've also done introductory kind of lessons about how to do correct research and talked about how to read things and take data out of it, how to paraphrase. So we have a lot of skills we've already been building in this course. But this one is the next one that we really need to lock down because we're moving from paragraph writing into essay writing. And to be able to really polish and finalize your drafts, you need to have advanced editing practices locked down. So we're going to talk today about purpose, clarity, and formatting. So first thing you need to do when you're moving into the editing space is you need to change your hat. So you're gonna change from your writer's hat to your editor's hat. So I really encourage everyone, all students, all writers in general, you need to have some time between finishing the drafting process and starting the editing process. I call this soak time. So always allow soak time before you start. Nature is great for this. Go to the trees or do a little bit of exercise to get the blood flow happening or do some box breathing. This will allow you to approach your draft with a fresh set of eyes. I really encourage reread the purpose of the assignment. So you can do that in our class by going to VIU Learn, logging in, and then going to Assessments, and the drop-down menu Assignments, and then find the assignment you're working on and click that. There will be a description of the assignment purpose. At that moment, reread it to yourself. Ask yourself, what does this mean? Don't look at the screen and rewrite the information on a post-it note. Rewrite the purpose. And then also underneath it, rewrite the purpose of your session. What specifically are you trying to get out of this editing session? So you've got the purpose of the assignment and your purpose as an editor on that post-it, and then put that beside your workstation. So we want you to edit for cohesion. This means do the ideas flow together smoothly. Edit for citations. We use APA in this class, so make sure you have the proper use of authors' last names only. The date of publication needs to be surrounded by brackets, whether your citation is integral or non-integral. And we always want some sort of a page marker. Now, the details matter. So you want small p's, not large p's for your page markers. And there needs to be p dot, then a space, and then the number. But you can always review proper citation methods from our past lessons. We're going to edit to make sure you are providing accurate support for your main points. And this will be found in our triads. That's why they're called triads of support, because they build support for your argument. And we also want you to keep a sharp eye on the writer's use of sentence formulas. Is there a wide range of formulas being used? And are the transitional pieces within those formulas correct? Right? One classic error is in the academic sentence. You have to remember that you need all three to be good with me. You need all three parts of the academic link. That's the semicolon, the conjunctive adverb, whom tatania, the family members, however, moreover, therefore, thus, nevertheless, in addition, and additionally. That word goes in the middle, and then a comma. You need all three parts, semicolon, the linking word, and the comma. Okay, so second, you've kind of set your editor's hat on. You've got your big picture idea. You reviewed your purpose. Now let's talk about having a specific checklist that you're going to run through as you're editing. How long will your session be? What are you trying to check as an editor? So I think usually 1 to 2 paragraphs is maximum. So this would be your introductions paragraph. If you're working with a research project, it would then be the methods paragraph. But for our student success essay, it would be intro and then main body paragraph 1. What specific aspects of the writing should be in your focus? So I'd say maybe you're looking at cohesion, the transitional pieces, is there enough sentence variety, these types of things. Track the targets. So if you set your targets, if you're looking for those linking structures, the development of concepts, whether or not the citations are evident. Another thing to be very specific about with this support section is making sure that the signal verbs in the citation sections are placed in the past. Okay, is the voice authentic, right? So has the writer really carried their own voice into the project? Or are we finding the voice to be a little bit disrupted? And if that's the case, maybe there's not enough paraphrasing going on in the borrowed ideas. And are the academic transitions being used? So that's our semicolons, our proper list sentences, and our academic sentences. Is there a strong spicing? So I would say 2 to 3 of these academic structures should be present in each main body paragraph. And key, are the answers being provided? Is the writer on task, essentially? Are they answering the question? Next, main focus. So here are some additional tips that can help you when you're editing. So I really like to read out loud. And I know some students are like, teacher, you're crazy. But actually, this really works. It gives you a chance to catch things that you might gloss over if you're reading internally. So read the ideas out loud. The mistakes will pop out at you. Or even wording or phrasing that feels awkward or isn't smooth, it'll be harder for you to say. And that's another indicator that you need to upgrade that. So then as you're going, you can be reading out loud. You might want to read through the entire paragraph first. So instead of really stopping and halting and getting into the combing out the specific details of the error and how to fix it, you could just highlight the sections that you think need more consideration, and then you'll discuss them with the person you're editing for later. Or if it's yourself, then you'll have that self-talk. What's wrong here? How can I upgrade it? And then also, we have some tools already available, right? So I would have my purpose on the Post-it note beside my workstation for my editing session. But I would also have a copy of the common corrections worksheet on my computer opened, ready to go back to see if I can find the fixes for the specific errors. It's all there on the worksheet. Also, of course, we want to see enough sentence variety, and double check the citations, signal verbs in the past, all the details are in order. Okay, so here's a little example of a very short chunk of writing because we're working with parameters of a slideshow. But let's read it out loud and edit this very short paragraph. The interesting thing about study habits is that we often think they are fixed. However, recent findings show the opposite. Research by Dweck show that students can learn. Here I kind of stumbled there, so that's like, oh, there's something off there, and grow. Yeah, okay, good. Yeah, that sentence definitely needs revision. Research by Duckworth also show that students should build their hard work mind. This shows that 2 professors are prompting learning and determination. Okay, so yeah, multiple errors here. In fact, there are errors in almost every sentence. And as an editor, I would highlight the things that jumped out at me. But I've got some points on the right that'll help. So here's our editing checklist with tips. So first of all, what's the purpose here, right? What's the purpose of this paragraph? So it's to build support for the idea that study habits are not fixed, that we can actually develop ourselves as learners. Is the voice right? I'd say it's on the way, but we need to upgrade some of the grammar errors. Subject-verb agreement errors stood out keenly. And also, I noted that this student hasn't included any citation support. So there's not enough academic support yet. Cohesion, again, yes, some linking tools were used, especially in that first sentence. There's an attempt at the academic sentence, but it wasn't completed. As I indicated earlier in this talk, you need all 3 to be good with me, so something's missing. And then, can we check sentence variety? Of course we can. I would say that, yeah, again, part of the way there. You can see they've utilized a that clause, which is also from today's lesson. Oh, another that clause. So that's a little bit repetitive. And yeah, maybe too many simple sentences, right? So maybe we want to upgrade. And what are our recommendations? So I would say review the verbs. Subject-verb agreement would be a big one. Revise to add more sentence variety. Fix the academic linking error in sentence 1. Include citations, right? So yeah, lots of work needed here. Okay, so overall, that gives us an idea on how to approach editing. And on that note, your work for the weekend is to actually go through and try to edit this paragraph. So you'll notice that this is actually paragraph 2 from my student success essay that I've been working on. And you've actually been provided with an upgraded editor's checklist. So you can see these are the guiding points that you're looking for. So read through carefully, and these are going to be the points you're going to use as your checklist as you go. So things like, is the topic sentence clear? Does it connect to the thesis statement? And are we using triads of support? How are they marked? Are the citation sentences marked with signal verbs in the past tense? So this is an even more detailed checklist. This is a powerful checklist. And if I was a student, I would say, wow, the teacher's given me a gift. I can take this and use this to edit my own paragraphs, right? So read through all of these 9 guiding points, and then it gives you the prompt here. Right then, let's read and edit an MVP from the student success essay. So you'll notice that we've got revision notes. So if I was to push on here, I'll give you just one example of the first one, right? So the next major consideration for high education learners is utilizing the process methods of their brains, semicolon. When they definitively learn how the brain works in terms of memory creation and storage, they can upskill their study practices to make the most of their precious minutes. 2 errors here. So first error, I would go like this, and I would just grab this, and I would just actually highlight it as I'm going through. Second one here, we've got when, right? Then we need to have the linking word or the linking strategy to honor that complex A structure that is established. So then over here we could go word form error, and we could say the writer needs to change high to the correct form, and it would be higher education. And then down here, the second one, so we can maybe just back this up a little bit. The second one, this would be a complex A error. You need the comma to complete the complex A structure. Good. And we could actually highlight them just to make them stand out. This would be the editing process is being specific like this. And you can actually go through then and mark this one as number 1 and this one as number 2. So this kind of matches our active reading notes that we've been learning. And when you complete this, you'll be able to show me your work, and it'll show that you're upgrading your skills as an editor. And by linking the numbers to the actual errors, I'll be able to see if you're correct or not. So then the student would save this. They might have to go and do something else. And so then we'd call this draft 1. Okay, so you'll see that over the course of the entire paragraph, I've indicated that there are at least 16 errors that need improvement, and you've got your checklist to help you make that process happen. This document, which is called the Powerful Editing Practices, is available under week 5.